All right, hey fam, this is your sis Irene, CBiz TV Media, Faith, Love, and Trends. We're going to have a little bit of a catfish chat here from the hit TV show on MTV. But I want to invite you guys to check out my quick chat on one of the latest episodes of Catfish on our podcast, now playing only there at cbiztvmedia.com. That's cbiztvmedia.com. Please, if you have a moment, go and check that out. But I want to talk a little bit more about Catfish, a couple previous episodes, and just a quick chat on these episodes. On the one with T and Ibrahim. So with these two, I think Ibrahim fell really hard for T. T had just gotten out of a relationship where she was about to get married. Things didn't work out. And she really fell hard for this guy. She was already kind of talking to him during the relationship she was in, which is kind of a bad move. I can say that I have somewhat rebounded or was overlapping or talking to somebody else while I was with another person. But in my situation, the person was kind of MIA. They were kind of ghosting me in and out. And I was talking to another person online. She was doing something similar, but I think she was like fully involved and physically with her person and talking with Ibrahim at the same time. So I'm not even sure how their relationship dissolved in the first place, but I don't know. She may have had something to do with it. But her eyes were set on Ibrahim. They had been talking for a while, even while she was booed up. And once things fell apart, she had her heart set on this guy. But once she met him, he basically almost played out to be everything that he appeared to be in his pictures. But he had some missing teeth in the front. And the missing teeth was just like a deal breaker for T. Sorry, Ibrahim. But she just wasn't feeling that loss right there. Like, how would you guys feel if you did meet somebody, they look exactly like their picture, but it was something just wasn't there? I'll say that. Something was just a little bit different. Would that make you say, I don't think so. I think I couldn't write the person off. She said, let's be friends and let's start back in a friendship vibe. But we all know what that means, right? I probably would do the same, but I wouldn't totally write the person off. It appears that they basically didn't get together, and Ibrahim was pretty hurt by that. But yeah, I wouldn't just go straight up to, you've been talking to somebody online for so long. You guys have built up a connection. They didn't run up to each other and hug or kiss each other. I don't think you really should do that anyway, especially in your first meeting. I don't care how many years you've been talking to this person online. Maybe a hug, because you have a connection. But there was like none of that. She didn't barely want to touch the guy. So I'm sorry, Ibrahim. It was kind of funny. It's kind of sad. I kind of feel like she kind of did him dirty. I understand on some level, but I feel like she should have gave him more of a chance, talked to him a little more, had some more in-person meetings with him. But I know sometimes, a lot of people say this on online dating too. You might have a great connection online, but once you guys meet up and the vibe could be off and it's just not going to work in an in-person relationship. So that's another bad thing about online connections. It could be good online, but you don't know what it's going to be like in real life. But hey, I say it's worth a try. It's worth a chance. And at least you can make a new friend, possibly a new connection. Who knows? So I do think it's worth the try. But that's one episode of Catfish that I just wanted to chat about briefly. And tell me your thoughts. What would you do? And what do you think? And how would you feel about that situation? And then I want to go back to another episode here. All right, with Moses and Krystal. Krystal, she seemed very mysterious. They found a number that turned out to be a guy's phone number. They were thinking that Krystal was using Moses he would send her money for hotel rooms or whatnot, which seemed a little bit off. They were saying, is she homeless? Does she need help? She was saying she needed to kind of get away from her family at that time. But she was really a massage therapist, using it to give massages. And one time he went to the hotel and she didn't even come out to address him or thank him or anything. So that whole thing is kind of odd for me. I wouldn't accept money from somebody and I'm not intending to see them or meet them or anything like that. And I think it's kind of weird, especially in a hotel vibe. Like, if somebody did give me money to use the hotel, I kind of, even if we had like a cool relationship online and we might start liking each other, I still am not sure if I would be like, okay, come meet me at the hotel, because they might, have some thoughts and ideas that I'm not into, and they may think we're going to sleep together or something. So I wouldn't meet anybody in a hotel, because that just gives off the bad vibe anyway, as far as you just being that kind of person that may or may not do certain things. But that whole situation was just odd, and I don't think she should have put herself in that situation. Krystal's an artist. She's a starving artist. She doesn't have herself together the way she wanted to, so she didn't feel like she was good enough for Moses. And Moses, he was getting out of a marriage and he just wanted to be loved. He felt like this young lady online accepted him. She was a little bit different, a little bit artsy. To me, they're both attractive. Moses they both are a little bit weird to me though. So I feel like they make a good couple. They have some weirdness to them, but I think they're both cool people in the end. The tats Moses has and how big he is, he's kind of giving me prison vibes. I'm sorry, Moses, you may not have been in prison, but I'm sorry, he just looks like he's been through some stuff like that. But honestly, I think they're a great couple. I'm glad they finally met, and Krystal finally told the truth and the fact that she just felt like she wasn't in the right place in life to have somebody like Moses, who seems like he was in a good place in life. And I can totally understand where she's coming from. I felt that way myself, not having all my stuff together. I didn't feel like I was in a position to date at that time, and that I really just want to further myself and grow as a person. But sometimes you meet people in the middle of that type of life situation that could be good people in your life, and you could still find love. So, there's the thing where people say you need to get yourself together before you start dating and finding love. I mean, I believe that that's true, but a lot of times love doesn't wait for your situation, and you should keep your mind open, and you should think, don't think you're not good enough to be loved just because you don't have all your stuff together financially or otherwise. That person, like Moses, may still have a heart for you and still want to work with you and love you anyway, if you're a good-hearted person. So I really like that episode because everything worked out well. And a lot of catfishes, the people are either not what they say they are, or most of the time it ends badly, or they're like, okay, now I know who this person is. They're not even friends in the end because they just feel so deceived. But to me, to see these people were basically almost everything that they said that they were. They made a good couple, and they actually stayed together and worked out a relationship. And I'll find them or follow them and see if they're on socials, because I want to see how their story goes. And it would be wonderful if they have their happily ever after, put a ring on it or whatever. Like, I would like to see that for this couple. So that was a good, rare, happy ending for Catfish. And hopefully it gives those people out there hope that are dating online or just dating in general, that love is possible, and it doesn't matter what situation you're in. You don't have to be on this level or that level to be loved and to find love. And especially for a woman, because we see a lot of women out here, not a lot, I'm not going to put all of us in that boat because I'm not one of them, but there are some women out here that they don't have their stuff together, and they do want a man that has all their stuff together, and they want them to basically fund their life, be kind of gold diggers. But to me, I was impressed by this young lady because that wasn't her vibe. Krystal was not, that wasn't her vibe. She's artsy, she's doing her own thing, she's helping her family. She was, even though it did seem a little suspect when she was taking money from him for Uber rides to different hotels or whatnot, that was a whole weird thing that I still don't understand, and I may never understand, but they seem to be good, so I guess it works out. But she doesn't seem like she's a gold digger type, because I'm sure she could got much more from him, because he was totally smitten by her and the whole situation. So to see a woman that's not a gold digger, she also represents that. And okay, she may not be that independent woman that Neo sings about all the time, or those type of women, but she is still a valuable woman, and she's still worth a lot, and Moses sees her value. So it's good for women to see their value beyond, the dollar signs and being this big business woman, which it seems like, especially for our African American women, it's a push that yes, you have to have all your stuff together. And most guys think you do, and there are a lot of guys that take that don't have their stuff together and kind of try to get with that type of woman. She's not that type of woman. All of us are not that type of woman. We're not that stereotype. There's some of us that are still trying to get their money, get their bag, get their stuff together. And it's good to see something that's traditional where he doesn't mind being that person for her, but she's still an upstanding woman that's not just trying to take him for all that he has. So good story, good lessons and all that. So we're going to be talking more about Catfish, I'm sure, in the future. We do a lot of 90 Day as well. We're all about faith, love, and trends. If you go to our podcast, you'll see us talk about Bible as well. So thank you for checking us out. And we have more talks to come. Connect with us. Go to our website to hear more on our podcast at cbiztvmedia.com. Thoughts, questions, comments, email us at cbiztv@yahoo.com. This is Irene, Faith, Love, and Trends, CBiz TV Media.